The name is Abraham, and this is a bit of my story. So I'm 75 years old, living with my wife, Sarah. We don't have any children, but we have some sheep and some goats, and we're living with all of our relatives in the country of Haran. And it's a good place to live. We're happy. We have family around. We have lots of food for our livestock. Life is good. And then, out of nowhere, God appears and says, Abraham, leave your father's country. Leave the world that you've known. Leave your relatives, leave your native country, and go to the land that I will show you. No one does that. No one just up and leaves the secure world they have, especially when they have their sheep and their goats and everything else to consider. And there are a lot of unfriendly people out there. If you're to go somewhere else, then that means that you're going to be going into someone else's place, and that's not always a comfortable situation to be in. Some more details would be nice. It'd be nice to know what country God was calling me to go to, but he didn't say that. He simply said, leave your native land, leave your relatives, leave your father's country, and follow me. More detail sure would have been nice. What he was asking me to do was simply to put one foot in front of another and set off into the wilderness with all of my worldly possessions in tow and trust him that it would work out. What would you do if God asked you to simply leave your native country, leave your relatives, leave your father's home, not telling you where to go, but simply to follow step by step? And then God said, but this is the good news. I will make you a great nation. I will bless you and make your name great, and you will be a blessing to others. I will bless those who bless you and curse those who curse you. I will bless all the families on earth through you. That's pretty good news. See, the story of my family way back is that there was a couple called Adam and Eve who disobeyed God, and things didn't go well for them. And they had two sons, Cain and Abel, and one of them murdered the other. And then there was all sorts of wickedness all over the earth, and so God sent a flood and rescued one family, Noah's family, in the midst of that. And even after that, there was more and more wickedness. And so now God has a plan to save his people. And he has chosen my family. My family is going to be blessed in order to be a blessing to others. What does it mean to be blessed? Well, in my world, there's a Hebrew word, a word in my own language, that talks about what it is to live a blessed life. And it's the word shalom. It means peace. It means when you are blessed, you're at peace with God. It's good between you and God. You have an open, honest relationship. You can talk to God about anything, and God shares his heart, his hope, his will with you. And shalom also means you're at peace with your family, your relatives, your friends. There's nothing between you. And shalom means you're at peace with God's world. You're living in a way that is sustainable and that makes for a future for you and for your family down the road. God asked me to follow him, step by step, not knowing where I was going. He simply asked me to follow. Thankfully, I chose to do that. And God promised that my family would be blessed. We would have that open relationship with God that we yearn for. We would have that good relationship with one another. My nephew Lot came along, and Lot and I had a pretty good relationship for most of the time. And we would live well in God's world. And we would be a blessing to other nations through us, through our family, through a son that one day, someday, Sarah and I would have. God would bless all the world and everyone would know that relationship with God, and everyone would be at peace with one another and with God's world. Maybe God so loves the world that he wants everyone to be blessed, to have, we can call it eternal life, a life in which we know God now and we will know God forever. Maybe this is God's will, that we all should be blessed by knowing God, and that we in turn would be a blessing to other people by helping them know God and his love as well.